What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost, and we're here for an unscripted review of Monday Night Raw, where is the first episode of Monday Night Raw of the new year, of the new decade. We kick it off, of course, with Brock Lesnar. He was making his return for the first time since Survivor Series in that atrocious match against Rey Mysterio for the WWE Championship. We also had the return of the Big Show, who hasn't been seen in 2 years, by the way, apparently, on Monday Night Raw. The last time we saw the Big Show was Raw 1000 when he was heel and helped the Bar beat the New Day for the tag team titles. He was with them for a little bit and then he disappeared. We also had ourselves a redo of Lana and Lashley's wedding. I don't know. The Bill Belichick lookalike ordained minister, whatever actor came. It was funny because AJ Styles had a match. After that match was over, you see a guy roll into the ring and the security diving on him, even though it was this this actor playing a minister who accidentally gets attacked. It was just kind of dumb. But so this show, of course, started off with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. They come to the ring, Mike Room does the introductions, fans are booing them as they head to the ring. Paul Heyman just looks around and says, "Happy New Year to you too, bitches." That made me laugh just because that's funny. They were in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma last night, home of the Oklahoma City Thunder. He does his grand entrance. "My name is Brock Lesnar, blah blah blah." You get it. Talks about how a potential new challenge for the Beast. Asked Paul, he said, Brock Lesnar asked him, "Paul, who's going to challenge me for my world title at the Royal Rumble?" Paul Heyman asks him, "Who do you think is worthy of challenging you for the World Heavyweight Championship?" And he had one simple answer: "There ain't a damn person on the Raw roster worthy, Raw, SmackDown, or NXT rosters worthy of taking on the Beast at the Royal Rumble." So, we're going to do something unprecedented, something a legitimately first time ever. How about a possible dream match? How about everybody who wants to challenge Brock Lesnar gets him at once? How could that be? Well, Brock Lesnar is going to enter the Royal Rumble. Not for the title, the Royal Rumble. However, that's only kind of making history. Let's go one freaking step further. Let's have Brock Lesnar enter the Royal Rumble number 1. So if it's Roman Reigns in there, it's Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Seth Rollins is in there, it's Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. Everybody out there who has the balls to go out there and take on Brock Lesnar, it will be them going one-on-one with the Beast. And by the end of the night, Brock Lesnar will start the match and he will finish the match. And that's not just a prediction, that's a spoiler. So the first time ever, it's not the first time the WWE Champion, this is actually the second time the WWE Champion will enter first in the Royal Rumble, and the second time the WWE Champion will be in the Rumble, but the first time the WWE Champion will be in said Rumble and the title not be on the line. It makes sense why they're doing this, because honestly, Brock Lesnar won the title from Kofi in October, and there is nobody on the Raw roster worthy or set up to be the challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship, for the WWE Championship. There just isn't. Especially with Brock Lesnar being champion. Seth's off doing his thing with the AOP. Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre's not there yet. We'll talk about Drew McIntyre later because I'm liking what they're doing with him. But there is nobody, so we're going to get Brock Lesnar. Now, of course, he's not winning the Royal Rumble. The reason they're doing this is simple. They're going to set up Brock Lesnar versus this person here at WrestleMania. Whoever eliminates Brock Lesnar from said match is going to be the one to take out Brock Lesnar and be the one to challenge Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. I mean, not the Royal Rumble, but at WrestleMania. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. A lot of people saying Matt Riddle. I would not mind that. I think that would be the way to go because they keep mentioning NXT in this promo, so NXT is definitely going to be a part of the Royal Rumble, which they have been the last 2 years. but it's only been 1 or 2 or 3 stars from NXT and not 10. So could we see 10, 10, and 10, or could we see another 1, 2, maybe 3 stars from NXT and the rest are from Raw and SmackDown? We'll have to wait and see. But it's going to be interesting to see who goes up against Brock Lesnar. How many bums are going to get destroyed by Brock Lesnar at the beginning? Because that's exactly what the first half of the Rumble is going to be. So basically, they're telling you, unless something major happens, don't even worry about the first few minutes of the Rumble, because he's just going to go out there, destroy a couple bums, and be done from that. Now, we go to the announcers, and they're interrupted by Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, who just blows through them and keeps walking, but Heyman stops to listen to them talk. Taylor Schreiber is backstage. We see Rey Mysterio in gorilla position, just screaming and yelling something, and the mic's not mic'd up yet, so you can't hear what he's saying. He talks to Taylor Schreiber about how important tonight's match is. He thanks his son Dominic for convincing him to stay and compete with the best, like Andrade. He has words for Andrade, and then he heads to the ring, and that gives us Andrade versus Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. What the hell was that ending? May I ask? What the hell was that ending? They were having their match. Good match. Guys, these guys never disappoint. It's another good match between these two. But that ending. What the hell was that ending? Let's see here. Fans chanting this is awesome because yes, this is an awesome match. Rey springboards with the big leg drop and another close 2 count. Vega screams at ringside. Rey goes back to the top, and Andrade counters and plants him face first in the mat, but another close 2. Andrade stomps away in the corner while Rey is down. Andrade charges, but Rey counters it, ends up driving him with a 619. He goes to the top, but Andrade eventually rolls out of the ring. Vega helps him get out. Rey leaps off the apron, but goes for the Hurricane Rana, gets caught by Andrade. Vega's behind Andrade, and Andrade takes Rey Mysterio and pushes him backwards onto Vega. So Vega has been taken out. Rey Mysterio looks upset. He's checking on her. Andrade comes from behind and launches him into the steel steps. Brings him back to the ring and goes for the hammerlock DDT, but John Cone, who's the referee of this match, stops him because Rey Mysterio looks like he's out on his feet. He goes and he looks like it. Andrade exits the ring, looks like he's going to go check on Vega, but ref brings him back in for some reason. Rey goes to the floor in front of Vega, regroups, looks like he is distraught. Man, what the hell did I do? What happened here? He just has this distraught look on his face. 2 referees run down. Rey comes back in the ring. Hammerlock DDT, 1, 2, 3. Andrade wins. What the hell was this ending? These guys could give you a mat classic that would be better than anything that you see. And this is how you want to end this match? Are you kidding me? Give me a fucking break. This was atrocious. So, after the match, he goes to check on Vega. Vega's on her feet now. Andrade goes back to the ring and takes off Rey Mysterio's mask. Gives it to Vega as a gift for some sort of peace offering as he, caused her to get injured. We go to replays. Andrade and Vega exit to the music. The announcer shows how Samoa Joe made the save for Kevin Owens last week as he being attacked by Seth Rollins in the AOP. Joe got beat down, but Owens saved him with a steel chair. Then a big brawl broke out before Owens and Joe were asked to leave. Now Charlie is backstage with Owens and Joe. Charlie brings up what Rollins said about them not playing well with others. Owens interrupts her and says Rollins was right, but the enemy of his enemy is his friends, and these circumstances have brought them together. Joe needs me to watch his back as well, just as much as I need the same from Joe. Joe has a teaser for the enemies to ponder and makes a challenge: the AOP and Seth Rollins versus the 3 of us. Owens asks, "You're not talking about the 3 of us," meaning him and Joe and Charlie. But he's like, no, I got a guy. I'm making smooth. I got a guy. Walks off. Kevin Owens doesn't have a clue. He's just sitting there pondering. He's like, I'll have to just trust him. And he walks off. But Rollins and AOP show up as we come back from break. And Rollins and AOP come in. Charlie Caruso asks him about this entire thing, and Rollins lives for challenges every day. He's the chosen one, And I didn't want to be the chosen one. I wasn't made to be the chosen one. The WWE Universe made me the chosen one, he says. And I'm only worried about taking Raw to the next level, which I'm gonna have to be sorry, Rollins. The only way Raw gets to the next level is when Vince McMahon calls it a career or is ousted as the guy running Monday Night Raw. Because quite honestly, as it stands right now, he's not going, like, Raw is not going to get to the next level until there is change backstage. He says we are a united front, him and the AOP, and if anyone gets in the way, me and AOP will take care of them. And they walk off. So we would find out later who that would be. So that leads us to the tag team title match. Yes, we had 2 title matches on this show. Let's have them back to back as our next 2 matches instead of spreading them out. Triple threat match, the Street Profits versus the OC versus the Viking Raiders. This match is happening because the OC are the only team to beat the Viking Raiders not once but twice or at all in WWE. And the Street Profits pinned the OC, so by that meaning, I guess we get ourselves a triple threat tag team match. I hate triple threat tag team matches. I hate fatal 4-way tag team matches just because of how they are booked. It just doesn't work out as well as a normal tag team match. All I can say is Viking Raiders win this one after a splash from Hanson or Rowe. 1, 2, 3, and that is that. I couldn't care less. I cannot stand tag team matches like this. Charlie Cruiser stops Mojo backstage and asks him again about the third party. He quickly interrupted by KO, who always also wants to know. Owen says he's done some bad things to people in his company and just wants to know who this partner is. Joe asks Owens, would it make you feel better if I just show you? They agree and they walk off, and we go back to commercial. We come back. Charlie, of course, was following them. We followed him to a door. And Owens takes a look inside. Joe is distracting Charlie. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, he looks over at the camera. He's like, what are you guys doing? And Owens comes back. He's got this smile on his face. He's like, are we good? We're good. But Seth and AOP are not. Joe knocks on the door and tells the mystery man to lock it back up. Owens and Joe walk off, leaving Charlie frustrated because she wants to know just like everybody else. Then Becky hits the ring, coming out with her close to her Kill Bill, the best Kill Bill impression she can do with her. Well, she's got the yellow top with the black stripe on each arm, like Kill Bill. I think it's the bride. Like what her jacket is on this picture here, except for it's black instead of it's black and red and yellow and black instead of black and yellow. She says it feels good to hear their voices because I've been wondering what kind of champion I am. I let the doubters get to me and force the powers to be to give me a match against the one woman I cannot beat, Asuka. I've been doubting my wisdom for that one. I've been living all over the road and finally got some time to think about what it means to be the man during the holidays. I'm questioning everything and sends us a video with the highlights of Asuka's win over Becky at the Royal Rumble 2019. Becky immediately interrupted the Rumble 19, the match on Raw a couple weeks ago, about a month and a half ago probably, the title match at TLC. Becky is interrupted by Asuka. No Kairi Sane anywhere. Hopefully she is recovering well from her concussion from last month. Asuka is yelling and screaming in Japanese. I wish we could get the guy from New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom, the translator guy from New Japan Pro Wrestling to come in and tell me what the hell she's saying. She's taunting Becky. She's speaking Japanese. Becky looks annoyed in the ring. Asuka continues the music and she heads in the ring. Asuka starts speaking, but Becky just drops her with a big right hand. So I guess she took some lessons from Lacey Evans on how to do a right hand, but she just cold cocks her. And just walks off. Says, I'm just gonna start swinging. He says to the thing, I'm just gonna start swinging, and she swung all right. And we go to commercial break as Asuka is in the ring and not happy. Back from break, and Mojo walks up to Eric Rowan. He asks, if I could just take a look, please, what's inside there. Rowan says, you know what, help yourself, but don't tell anybody. He takes a look. He's like, what the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you, man? and just walks off. So this is supposed to be something horrible, freaky. I don't care. We see Andrade backstage talking with Sarah Schreiber. He asked if you crossed the line. He said, cross the line. And then he starts speaking Spanish. All of a sudden, a maskless Rey Mysterio comes in. We can't see his face. He's attacking Rey. He looks like he's not. These aren't work punches. These look like he's shooting on Andrade. He is beating the living piss out of Andrade. Grabs the mask, puts it back on, starts beating the hell out of him again. Holy shit, Rey Mysterio! Don't think I've seen Rey Mysterio that angry in a long, long while. My word, he just beat the hell out of Andrade. Vega's just trying to yell for him to get off of him. People finally come in and stop him. So obviously this is not over yet. Andrade versus Rey Mysterio mask versus hair match is probably confirmed by now. I know it's something WWE wants to do, but they didn't want Andrade to lose his hair, which grows back, by the way. Hello? He gets his hair shaved. He shows up the next Monday night on Raw. He disappears for a couple months. Him and Charlotte can go on a vacation while they get married. And he comes back and his hair is back. How hard is that to do? Eric Rowan versus another local jobber. He puts his pet cage down. Enhancement talent goes over. Looking terrified, Rowan attacks him before the bell, asking if he wants to see what's inside. Rowan sends him to the outside of the ring and says he's going to show him what's inside the cage. He gets out of that, gets into the ring, and is like, come on, fight me. He has this little look up, come on, fight me. Rowan enters the ring and is ready to fight. He beats him up, Iron Claw, 1, 2, 3. After the match, he grabs the kid, grabs this poor soul, and then takes him to the cage and shoves his face into the cage. He pops back out. He's got blood all over his face. He's screaming in horror as he runs away. Obviously, it was a blood pack. I don't know what it is, and I really don't care. It's all going to be a disappointment in the end. Akira Tozawa versus AJ Styles. This was a short match. AJ just grabs Tozawa and poses the Styles clash in the middle ring. Stops and changes his mind. Takes Tozawa on the apron to the second rope for a draping DDT to send a message to Orton. Poses with the fans boo. He plays more mind games, dropping down on the mat for an RKO. Drops Tozawa to get the pin. 1, 2, 3, and AJ Styles is your winner. Obviously, this match is probably going to happen at the Royal Rumble, and we cannot see them stretching this out to WrestleMania. After the match, AJ stands tall and he hits music hits. We go to replays as AJ hits the corner of the pose like Orton would. AJ continues to do Orton's pose in the middle of the ring and the crowd. This goes on for several minutes until he finally makes his exit. It looks like a fan hits the ring. You can see as AJ is walking away that this guy just rolls into the ring, and two security members come in to stop him. Camera pans away. We go to commercial. They cut to commercial break. Back from break, and we see what happened last week again, because they showed at the beginning of the show what happened last week with that garbage. We go back to the ring. More bullshit with those two. The actor who was the guy coming in the ring is in the middle of the ring. I don't care. Rusev was there. Tropical Team shirts. They set up a match for next week. I don't care. We saw Charlotte Flair walking backstage. Back to commercial. Back from break, and Charlotte Caruso's 24/7 champion R-Truth. She says about his record number of title reigns. He has won more championships in WWE history than anybody else. I guess that can happen when you win like 30 or 40 different titles when it comes to the 24/7 championship. So Liv Morgan shows up. Just walks up. She's all wearing all black and everything. She says she has questions for Liv, and Liv's like, I'm sure you did. But I couldn't help but overhear how Rusev will be facing Bobby Lashley next Monday. This means Lana will be in Lashley's corner, which means Rusev will need someone in his corner. And that is a moment that I live for. Haha, get it? Live. So obviously Liv Morgan's going to want to be in in Rusev's corner for next week's match. Yay, yay, yay. And yes, this stuff is gonna last till WrestleMania. Out comes Charlotte Flair to take on Sarah Logan. Flair goes to wrap up her entrance, but Logan attacks her. This match never happens. Logan destroys Flair and nails a big knee. Keeps control out on the floor, but Flair launches him into the barrier and fights back. Logan turns it back around, and they both go over the barrier into the crowd. Flair sends Logan back over the barrier. Logan counters and sends Flair face first into the ring post. Logan mats Flair and pounds on her. The referee tries to stop her. Logan returns to the ring as referee checks on Flair. Logan grabs Flair's robe and mat and starts slamming it around. Fans boo her and Flair watches from ringside. Logan tosses the rope out of the ring to Flair. Logan goes back to the floor for more action, but Flair connects with a big spear, works on Logan over and sends her into the barrier again, then into the apron. Flair with a follow-weight slam to the barrier. Stands over Logan on the outside and talks a bit of trash and sends her back to the post. She counters. Logan counters and sends Flair to the post, sending her back down. The referee tries to break him up, but they keep brawling. Flair drops Logan with a big boot, then plays to the crowd for a pop as the referee begs for her to stop. Flair takes her robe from the referee and puts it on as the woo chants come from the crowd. Flair walks away with her robe and the music hits, and the referee checks on Logan at ringside. So, I think one of the things that Paul Heyman wants to do in 2020 is get more women used in the storylines. You have Liv Morgan, who wasn't originally supposed to be a part of the Bobby Lashley, Lana, and Rusev angle, is now a part of it because he wants to push her. And now it looks like Sarah Logan is going to get some time and she's just going to start feuding with Charlotte. I don't know. Drew McIntyre versus No Way Jose. What have they done to Drew McIntyre? He disappeared for a while because of that. Like after the King of the Ring, we hadn't seen Drew McIntyre in a while. He's coming back. He dominates. He returns to the ring at the 8, but Jose beats him in the corner. Jose fights back. Drew misses the corner and gets a roll up for a 2. Drew nails a future shock DDT out of nowhere in the middle of the ring. Tips up for a pop. He goes to the corner, does his 3, 2, 1 Claymore kick. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre is your winner. After the match, he takes the mic and says, "Who dares me to do another Claymore kick?" No. Who double dares me to do another Claymore kick? Fans are going crazy. Jose's back into the ring again. Another 3, 2, 1 Claymore kick. 1, and that is that. He takes the mic and goes on about how. Here's a little non-fun fact about Drew McIntyre. I have not had one opportunity to be WWE champion. A little criminal, don't you think? Yes, it is. So, since no one wants to give me that opportunity, I think I have to take it for myself and enter the Royal Rumble match. Who's in there? Oh, let me see. AJ Styles, Roman Reigns, obviously Brock Lesnar, but I don't care who or what brand you're from. I'm taking you out in the Rumble. And drops the mic and poses as his music hits. I'm liking this Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre as a heel kind of went nowhere because all they wanted to do was put this guy in a group with like Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, the Dogs of War with with Dolph Ziggler and Braun Strowman, the 3-man brand with him, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley. This guy needs to be on his own, and as a babyface, if that's the way they want to go, if this babyface run leads him to a match at WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar and winning the WWE Championship, I will take it. This guy has been underused and underutilized for far too long. It is about time they give him what he should have had a long time ago. A chance at the WWE Championship and winning the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre is too talented not to get those opportunities. So, if this leads to Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, then I am all for it. Shelton Benjamin versus Aleister Black. Nothing match here. About 2 minutes. Big elbow. Black with a jumping knee to the face. One knee, bringing him up. Then levels him with the Black Mass. 1, 2, 3. But after the match, Buddy Murphy immediately attacks him with a cheap shot, unloads, takes it to the floor, launching Black into the apron and the barrier as the referees warn him. Murphy sends Black into the timekeeper's area and next continues the attack. Murphy charges with a big running knee to the jaw. Some fans chant one more time. The referees warn Murphy as he brings a steel chair from under the ring and stalks Black. Murphy talks Black and talks some trash and puts his face in the chair to knock him back. Murphy takes a seat on top of the barrier like Black would, looking down at him as officials check on him. So this feud is also not over with, even though he's lost back-to-back matches. This isn't a case of him beating him one time and Black winning one. Black won both matches, so there is no reason that I could see this feud continuing on. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. We see Seth Rollins then warming up backstage, and then we had our main event. So out come the AOP and Seth Rollins. They're out there. They're looking all happy and everything as Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens come out until the Big Show comes out, and anybody's excitement for this main event should have went out the window. This was just really. He hasn't been on Raw since Braun Strowman, well, in a wrestling capacity, since Braun Strowman threw him through a cage about 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago, whatever it was. The last time we saw him, he was teaming with The Bar at Raw, at SmackDown 1000, and then on for a few weeks. And you're just going to bring him back. And in 2020, the first main event of the year and of the decade is The Big Show. Come on, man. You couldn't have, there was literally anybody else you could come up with that would actually make sense. My word, that was just, ugh. No thank you. So this match was a nothing match. Big Show, Samoa Joe, and Kevin Owens win because Rollins comes in, hits Big Show with a chair in the back as he's trying to chokeslam both members at AOP. After the bell, AOP pounds on Show's. Rollins grabs a steel chair, but officials stop him. Rollins presses for the stomp on Show, but Joe stops him from the floor. Rollins turns back around to a huge KO punch for AOP, pulls Rollins from the ringside to drag him out to the ramp as he's out. Show's music plays, and Joe and Owens stand tall in the ring as the first Raw goes off the air for 2020. One showdown outside of Andrade versus Rey Mysterio, which had a very wonky ending, and Drew McIntyre just becoming the people's champion, pretty much, the babyface, the guy that just, the criminally underused babyface guy who should be champion. Hopefully be leading to a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. This show was a nothing show, as usual. I like the intensity that Rey Mysterio showed after his mask was taken off and he came and attacked Andrade. It's kind of funny. I know they have to do the whole mask gets ripped off, put a towel over him. It would be fine for somebody like Kalisto, Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, which nobody knows and nobody should know, what they really look like or what their real names are. Everyone knows what Rey Mysterio, Oscar Gutierrez name looks like, what his name is. So it just, I know they do it because it's part of the tradition, but everyone knows what he looks like already because there's pictures. He's not like other masked wrestlers where he takes the mask off or puts the mask on for pictures. There's pictures of him all over the place where we know what he looks like, so it's not the same. But I can fully see the hair versus mask match thing happening. It's going to probably be around the time that Andrade and Charlotte Flair are going to get married. So I fully expect it to be probably soon if they're going to be there. You have the hair versus mask match. Andrade gets his hair shaved for the wedding or whatever. He comes out the next episode of Monday Night Raw or whatever. And you go and you get a hair versus mask match out of them. I don't know what's going to happen. The Big Show that's a big puzzle to me. Why would you bring him back? What does he bring to the company? He's not somebody that I would want to see in 2020. It's time to stop with the nostalgia acts. It's time to stop bringing people back just to get a pop. You need to get long-term storytelling built. The Royal Rumble thing is intriguing because I want to see who they actually get because people are asking for Matt Riddle. I'm hoping Drew McIntyre. I think that would be the perfect one because if you're not going to give us Matt Riddle, which I don't think they're going to give us Matt Riddle. Honestly, I don't think Matt Riddle deserves a WrestleMania spot with Brock Lesnar right now. I want it to be Drew McIntyre. Make it happen. But that was Monday Night Raw for you. It's not a good show. Hasn't been a good show. It was not as bad as last week because it did have that awful wedding. But only next week to tell. So then, my name is France. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Go check out Unscripted, which I did on Sunday. I did SmackDown on Saturday, and AEW on Thursday, and Monday Night Raw last week. Until then, and hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Find me on Twitter at The France. Find me on twitch.tv/TheFranceClub. And I'll see you guys later, and Wednesday or Thursday for AEW, Friday for NXT, Saturday for SmackDown, and Sunday for Unscripted. Until then, my name is France, and I'll see you guys later.